Are you a competitive person, or are you just like improving your team?
I would say both. I like the idea of improvement.
Right.
And I like the idea of affecting in a good or like a beneficial way how we can play, strictly not just through gameplay, because that's like obviously we can't do that as coaches.
Yeah.
I've always been like pretty competitive playing sports and stuff. I wouldn't say I'm like super killer instinct, because that's just not my personality. But I'm like, I want to win. Like, I'm not Crim 6, but I'm not fucking psycho. But sorry, Crim, but you know it's a good thing.
Yeah. So there's not like obviously if a team has our number, if Ultra has our number, and we go up against Ultra, you're thinking like I want to
100%. I mean that's just part of the job. That's just it's just sports in general. You know? Right. You wanna win everything, and obviously
do you want to be the best analyst? Do you want to be one of the best coaches, or are you just
I just want our team to be the best. I've always thought about that. Like even when we won champs, I was like, it was a dream come true for me. It was cool, but seeing Brandon and AG get their first was like the shining moment for me, especially Brandon, who was working 7-8 years or whatever at that point, and always being cast as a guy like, oh, he's never gonna win anything.
Yeah, being a top 5 AR for 8 years straight or something.
He doesn't know how to win or whatever. Yeah, that was the more gratifying for me. I think probably even for Damon, because he realized like, the playing championships are a lot better, but the coaching ones open up a different element of your mind and being like, okay, we're just happy for them most likely.
Right. Yeah. That is so sick. I think I've always been kind of infatuated with coaching. I just think when I first started going to events, like coaches used to be behind the players. They used to basically be a fifth call out. Yeah, that's all they were.
Screaming at the other team.
Right. Mr. X. How do you think you would have done in that element? Like if one pro-am, we just allowed the coaches to stand behind the players. Would you?
I think that would be Damon's job. That would be Damon's job for sure. Because I've never calmed in a match. It would probably be a new experience for him. Like what to say and what not to say, because it is an extra ear or an extra voice.
Right.
So you don't want to flood the comms completely, but there are still like important things for you to know. Definitely would be Damon's job at that point, though. I'll be in the back for that one.
I think right now I've been talking to Kason a little bit, because he's got this pipe dream of doing a MLG event again in Anaheim.
That would be dope.
I mean, obviously I wish him nothing but the best of luck. If anybody can fucking do it, it's him.
Yeah.
But I think with everything that happened with Esports World Cup, like it kind of opens shit up now. Like,
sure.
if you make an exception here, exceptions are available at least. You just got to make them work.
I mean, the fact that we haven't been there since BO4 is crazy.
I know. It's insane. And I haven't talked to him much about the intricacies of it, but if he's trying to do like an MLG event, I'm assuming he's trying to do an open event, or like an open with like pool play, which would be amazing. But I think if we do one like retro like MLG event, let's let the coaches stand behind the players. I think people want to see it, man.
That would be fun.
People want to see Crowder up there behind the Tiny Terrors. Like he's. Did you see that picture of Crowder aura farming?
Yeah. That was good. I might have to start doing that. Me and Dave might have to start chilling in the back like that.
Chilling in the back, just like on your phone. Like, nah, it's all good. I coach these guys, but like
I think it would be cool for one event. I'm on the side where I think there is too much of a skill gap for decision making. Yeah. That the players should be the only ones there. There is such an IQ, again, skill gap of what to do and what not to do, that having someone call out for you, I feel like would just limit that. And I don't like limiting that if possible. Yeah. I do think something like timeouts or something in search or control or one of those round-based game modes, like having just one timeout that you can use in the map would be really cool. Obviously, we wouldn't be able to watch Codcaster in that point. We would just have to watch like their point of views. Right. But I think, in my opinion, at least inside the moment, that extra voice can contribute so much that me personally, it shouldn't be allowed, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. It would just be like, I think there is a big skill gap in Call of Duty for that type of thing.
Yeah. And obviously, Halo coaching is a lot different because there's power weapons and there's different things that are like, there's overshields and different things that are spawning up on the wall. So somebody's got to keep track of all that while the other players call out.
But even let's say you did remove it from the Halo, like the Halo scene. I wonder how it would play. Like would it would be the job of one person to be consistently tracking that. And that's like a hard thing to do, honestly, while you're playing.
Right.
But again, it creates this gap of like, okay, I can do that and play at the high level. Yeah. So I'm so much more valuable to my team than you might be who can't track that thing.
Like basically an IGL.
Basically, yeah.
I mean, it's not even an in-game leader. That's more of an in-game fucking tracker.
Yeah. I would assume it would be reliant on the person who is like in-game leading.
Right.
But
well, if you're trying to keep track of all of the power weapons, you can't also talk about how we're rotating the oddball. Like you can't
unless you're an insane player, unless you're insane
genius.
But again, so that would create. I don't want to say like create roles, but it would create this opportunity for players that might not be as good, but they can track completely well. So like, do you take the chance on that guy because he has such good communication skills?
Yeah.
But like a little bit less gun skill, but he's gonna be like literally IGLing for your team as if a coach were, you know what I mean? It creates this cool little thing of like, maybe some players are more valuable now because of their abilities outside the game.
Yeah. I mean, no, you're completely right. I mean, but who knows?
Yeah.
I just like there's an old school element of me that just kind of likes the dude the dude. It's like a four guys playing each other, and then there's two guys standing up, and you're like, what are these two guys? And usually it's Hilton in a fucking a gigantic suit, but but still, I think there's something.
But hey, if there's anything to actually have some sort of impact mid game, I think Damon would be jumping at that opportunity, because I think, you know, it stresses me out. I think it stresses him out even more than like playing, and I see that from hear that from a lot of coaches. Like I know I was talking to Cap, and he's like, it is so much harder
to coach
than to play, like in terms of stress levels and anxiousness before games and stuff.
I wonder if any of these guys that have won a lot, like Crowder, Cap, Ray, Damon, I mean, those guys won a lot. I wonder if any of them enjoy coaching more than playing. I would assume
no. Yeah.
Maybe Ray.
Maybe. I know Damon, I think, always like saw his improvements and achievements in playing a little bit more, but I don't know. I would be interested to see like what their take on it. I would assume it's playing. I don't think anyone. Maybe. I mean, there could be the one.
Zen says it all the time. There's just nothing more fun than playing, because there were not rumors, but there were little thoughts in the wind whenever all this like team change stuff was going on. That like, you know, Seth got a lot of texts, and Zen was just like, this guy's an idiot. Like I would do anything to play again. I would do anything.
Yeah.
But then again, Seth had 30,000 viewers watching you guys scrim.
Yeah.
So, so it's a little different.